One of the things that concerns me, by the way, I've got some clips to show you if you are watching as opposed to listening, is, have you seen it pops up on places like TikTok? So I'm showing you these now. To me, it's like some kind of glorified travel brochure. And this is how many of these traffickers are advertising to get customers. I mean, I know that these people are human beings, and you probably think I'm being a bit harsh with some of my language, but, you know, these are customers now of these traffickers. This is a huge business model. They're using tools like TikTok to advertise this, which I don't understand, by the way, because you try and say anything, for example, about the COVID vaccine on some of these websites should be closed down in a nanosecond. So how people can use some of these websites as glorified travel agents to smuggle and traffic people is beyond me. But what's the answer to all of this then, Emma?
Well, I think the answer is to go very, very hard against the traffickers, not the trafficked. We've got to break up the trafficking gangs. Those are the criminals. Those are the real hardened criminals. That's the link we need to break. Then? I don't know, because the government aren't doing enough about it. The government are not focused on breaking up those links. They need to do much more internationally. There needs to be much more international cooperation. There needs to be much more work put in at that level, at that trafficking level, with all the different ways in that they can find. Maybe it is through TikTok. Maybe it's through Interpol. Maybe it's through better cooperation with the European Union. However it is, what they're doing now isn't working, so they need to revise the whole strategy.
I agree with half of what Emma says. I certainly agree about being harsher on people smugglers. The part I disagree about is continuing to be a soft touch for people who come from France, which is a safe country. Anyone who comes to this country claiming asylum or refugee status from a safe country should be told you can't have it.
But they're all coming from France.
Well, these people are, but the people can come in different manners of ways. But my point is, if you come from a safe place, you shouldn't be able to access our asylum system or a refugee status.
Yeah.
We should take more people through the legitimate UN systems and others, but as a counter to that. But the point is, people will always say, as if it's a complete and full answer, well, international law says that people can come and don't have to stop in their first safe nation. To which my point is we should withdraw from any agreement that commits us to that. Because in the end, it's making a farce of the migration system to be able to come to the UK, having come from across the whole of Europe quite often, and then claim asylum or refugee status. Ridiculous and for the birds. And the ability to say international law says so is just not good enough.
And you'll agree with that as well, what is sensible?
I think we should stick to international law. I think international law is changeable and manageable. I think we could certainly manage our relationship with international laws better than we do. I think there are definitely ways. But again, what we're focusing on is the end, the customers, as you call them. We should be focusing on the people selling, the people trafficking people. And that's where we need to be talking about international law. Those are the people we should be working with international law to crack down on.